Guys, so given the fact that the New Year's resolution is not to look at any more calendars and make any more videos, this is the video called The Tape Runs Out. And you're going to figure out why the tape runs out. This is absolutely, positively the last day I'll ever look at. The day, October 7th, right? Not January 7th, not January 8th, but October 7th over and over and over again. When is October 7th? October 7th is when they made sure that you knew the trumpet was blowing. The trumpet was blowing. The trumpet was blowing that we made a whole video about. I made a whole video about the trumpet blowing. Everything about the trumpet blowing. When was the trumpet blowing? On November 2nd. And every single mainstream article from India to Jerusalem to everywhere made sure you knew the trumpet was blowing that day, right? On November 2nd, right? November 2nd, you knew the trumpet was blowing. Just knew it. You had to know it, right? Why did they make sure that you knew November 2nd? Well, in this video that I made prior, the most recent one that was a week ago, about 4 or 5 days ago now that I made, I said the final date to watch is obviously when September ends, right? That is the final day. We looked ahead. What if it's not December 27th? What day could it be? Well, obviously the final day to watch is January 2nd. And I said this in the video, obviously January 2nd, right here, over a week ago, or about a week ago, right? Why January 2nd? Why did I say that? Because that is the day September ends. Most of the monkeys think New Year's Day or New Year's is when they count down on December 31st and all that. No, because these are monkeys. These are losers. These are morons. These are dipshits. If they're going to mock you with this Trump blowing thing, they're going to mock you with everything else. The year ends when the calendar ends, when you see the sighting of the new moon. When does the year end? It ends on January 2nd. That's when the year ends, right? The midday to midnight, January 2nd is when the year ends. So what is that date? That date on the Hebrew calendar is the reason we had January 2nd. The reason I said that a week ago on January 2nd is because that day is Tevet, right? Tevet 2. Tevet means 10. So that's your event 201 on January 2nd. 210, event 201 right here on January 2nd. But the reason I had January 2nd a week in advance is because they said, let's look ahead. What if it's not December 27th? Could it be December 30th? Yes. Could it be January 2nd? Yes. Because January 2nd is when it all ends. So what is this date on January 2nd? Not only is it event 201, but it's also 101. Because when you use Tevet and use the Hebrew Torah day, it's 101. And there's your 101 on the iPad Go chalkboard. And that's why all the Rapture video people went nuts on January 10th of 2024, is because everything connected to January 10th, 2024. What is the date? What is the date? On January 2nd, it's obviously Tevet 1 and Tevet 2, right? So Tevet 1 is what the date is on the Torah if you use the Hebrew month and the Torah day. 101, 10-1, January 10th, right here, right? But more importantly, they gave you all that September 23rd, 24th, and 22nd coding. That has to connect. And there's only one day left. This is why this is the final video. The New Year's resolution is never to look at these calendars, make another video, because this is mentally taxing, mentally exhausting for them. This is this is mental torture is what this is for us to look at this. We know it's coming. We know that they're going to have to get rid of 60 million people within a 24-hour period. We know that. What day do they get rid of these 60 million people? Well, right here on this January 2nd, January 3rd date, right here. But more January 2nd, obviously. They're not going to go to the 3rd, or they're not going to start it on the 3rd because the 3rd is a Friday, and the X-Files told you Friday. So they're going to make it. Obviously, we know they're mocking us now. Now we know they're totally mocking us with this whole Trump blowing and the rest of this nonsense, right? They're totally, absolutely mocking us. So let's look at the day, the Julian date of January 2nd. The Julian date of January 2nd is the date we had that I'm like, dude, something's going on this day, which was the 20th, December 20th. It's right before the winter solstice. On the 21st, it's the Sabbath, so Friday afternoon. That's the Friday afternoon connection in the X-Files. And that day was Kislev 19. So that was your 119. You were 7/11, 9/11 right here on December 20th. What is the Julian date of January 2nd? It's December 20th right here. Your 7/11, 9/11 code. Pray your flight not be on the Sabbath nor in winter. This day right here is when the winter and the Sabbath start. This is why in that Obama movie they said, I thought your friends only get together on the winter solstice. In that Obama movie, and the timestamp was 11/17, right? On the other calendar, it's November 9. So this is your 11/17 connection. This is why you have an emoji on your phone that says 7/17. 7/17 is this exact day. 7, sept, means 7, right? That's how they hide it. So the day right here was Kislev, which means 9. 9/17, 7/17, December 20th, right here. This is the only day that's 7/11, 9/11. And what do we say? This month right here, Kislev, is month 3. If we go to Gentile month 3, if we go to Torah month 3, it was Gentile month 5. 5/17, right here. So 5/17 is the start of World War III. 5/17, right there. 5/17. That's your Julian date. We know they're using the Julian because on September 26th, they did the first hurricane, and 13 days later exactly on the Julian, which was September 26th, October 9th, they brought the second hurricane. And we know it's October 7th because the date on January 2nd, as you see right here, on January 2nd, is 101 and 111. Tevet 1, 101, and 111, right? So on this calendar, because it's a leap year, 11/1 and Tevet 1, 10/1. So if we go to, this is why this date right here was so connected, this 10/10 date. This date right here is your Tevet 1, 101, and it's right here, the festival of the Septuagint. Septuagint means sevens, right? That's when the Torah was translated from Greek or whatever into whatever Septuagint. But Septuagint means sevens, right? And this is why you got Blondie showing us the sevens right here at the very bottom. The sevens right there on that day, right? So when is New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve is exactly on this date right here, December 20th, right? Because it's called Yad Taz Kislev. What's Yad Taz Kislev? Yad Taz Kislev was the 19th day of the Hebrew month of Kislev, celebrated on Rosh Hashanah of Chadism. So this is New Year's Eve. This is Rosh Hashanah. What's Chadism? This is when the Cabalist, right here, the Cabalist, this is when the mystical soul of Torah, which had previously been the sole province of select Kabbalists in each generation. So the 19th day of Kislev is celebrated as New Year's Eve. When's New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve is obviously right here on this day, right? And it connects precisely to our day, October 7th. 10 minus 6, what's 10 minus 6? It's 4. This is your July 4th connection right here on December 10th, which connects to only one day right here on January 2nd. See, 10/01. And what is this date? It's 10/10/1001. 10/01. You can take the 0 out, you can move the zeros around. So 10/01. And it's 11/1, right? This is why when the DeLorean hits 88 miles an hour, you're going to see some serious shit right here on this date. This date right here, 111. 111. 11/1 is when you're going to see some serious shit. It's 10/8, Oct 8, right here, right? So how is it our September 24th connection? Glad you asked. Look at this date. It's the 17th, right? The 17th and the 19th. So let's go to our 9/17 connection, right? Our September 17th connection right here. Ignore that arrow. Look at the September 17th right here. It's the 21st night of September. You get it? 9/17, September 17th. This is why you get an emoji on your phone called 9/17. 7/17, July 17th, right here. 7/17. Obviously, they want you to see this. So, this date right here, The 17th you just saw on the calendar, the Julian date of January 2nd is the 17th. If you go to 9/17, which is the month we're in, which is the month right here, 9 Kislev 17, right here, right? So Kislev, that's Kislev 19. All they're doing is using Kislev and putting it right here to confuse the hell out of you. Kislev 17, that's 9/17. And what's 9 mean? It means sept. So you just go to your September and you go right here, the start of the winter, the start of the fall, right here, right? And how is it September 24th? How it's September 24th is because the Gentile date on January 2nd, when you use the Julian, was December 20th. What does Elul mean? In this month right here, in September, what month are we in on the other calendar? We are in Elul. What does Elul mean? Elul means 12. 12/20. That's what they're showing you, dude. They're showing you 12/20. When is 12/20? 12/20 is right here. This is why September 24th, nothing was the same. That is the day, September 24th. All they're doing is using the Julian to confuse the hell out of you, right? So this is the day when tape runs out. This is why when I looked ahead, I said the final day we can look at, obviously, is when September ends on January 2nd. Right here, I said it over a week ago. I said it's December 27th, December 30th, January 2nd, right here, January 1st and the 2nd. So that was a week ago. And this is why they gave you the Nightmare Before Christmas, is because December 27th was right before Christmas, right? December 28th, leave the world behind. We know the 29s are important. This is why I had January 2nd as one of the days to choose out of these 3 days. This one right here, the 27th, the 30th, or the when September ends right here on January 2nd, as I said. But the 24th, September 24th, the reason they gave you the 27 is exactly because this date right here, when you use this date, the 24th, and use Kislev, it's 9/24 and 9/26. Right here, there's your September 26 connection right here, right? So all they're doing is taking this day, 9/24, and 9/26, the end of 9/26 and the 9/27, when Nazra got killed and the hurricane hit, all they're doing is they're using this date because on this calendar in September, the 24th was the 20th. What day is the Julian date of January 2nd? It's the 20th. This is why you got Homer sitting around a bunch of burning buildings on the 20th. This date right here was 120. Everything connected to this date, the 17th. This is when World War III begins. All we have to do is wait 13 days from this day. The 20th plus 13 days. Yes, it's a long 13 days. Let me tell you, holy Jesus. 13 days. 13 days is January 2nd, right there. And January 2nd, what is January 2nd? It's 10/2. So I just showed you on this calendar on Tevet, January 2nd is Tevet 2, 10/2. What is 10/2? Let's look at 10/2, right? 10/2 was our Elul 29 connection. The day all market collapses happen. Elul 29. So 10/2 is New Year's Eve. You can clearly see 10/2 is New Year's Eve. That's why they show Blondie New Year's Eve. It's not dumbed down Gentile New Year's Eve. It's 10/2, and that's why Blondie shows 10/3 New Year's Day. 10/2 and 10/3 right there, right? But what else is 10/2? Well, we know December means 10. If December means 10, then we go to this date right here, December 2nd, right? 10, that's our 10/2 connection. December means 10. What is that day? That's 9/29 right there, 9/29, right? What's 9/29? 9/29 is our September 26 connection. 6s or 9s. So that's our September 26 connection right there. And this is why they gave you September 22nd in all those movies and September 23rd. It's the 27th, as I just showed you, the 22nd, 26th, and 27th. September 22nd, September 23rd, and September 24th, right there. And how is it the Nightmare Before Christmas? Well, Christmas is clearly right here, right? Look at Christmas. Christmas at ground zero. Christmas at ground zero is right here on September 29th. That's Christmas Day. And I just showed you it's the 24th. That's why you have the nightmare before Christmas and you have Christmas at ground zero, right? And when was Halloween this year? Halloween was on, Halloween was on the 129, Tishri 29, 929, 729. Tishri means 1 and 7, right? So if we go to 729, which is the exact date on January 2nd, 729 is the 25th. That's how you get Halloween, Christmas at ground zero. All of it is connected right here when Israel is set apart, right? And that's why you got the trumpet blowing on November 2nd. But most importantly, how is it 222? And why do they show you the 222? Obviously, they show you the 222 for a reason. What is the date on January 2nd? The Julian date is 1020. So if we go to 1020, hold on to your pantalones, 1020, look at that date, 222. How is it 222? Because on the other calendar, it's already Shezvan, right? If we go to this other calendar, October, what's October? October is right here, 1020, right here, 1020, right? So if you go to 1020, use this 1020, the Torah month, 8 minus 6 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. That's why this date is 1020. You're already in Oct 20, right? October. See the October up there? October 20th. And if you use the Torah month, which was Shezvan, there is your connection to 222. All of it is connected to this date we had. I'm telling you, this is the date right here that we had. There's no other date that's 7/11, 9/11. There's no other date that's October 7th left. And October 8th, when you see some serious shit, look at this, 1/11, 11/1. That's October 8th right here. And there's only one October 8th left, and that's when September ends. That's why I had January 2nd as the final day we're watching. The final date I was watching was December 27th because it was so connected, but we're past December 27th, we're past the 30th. The final day is January 2nd, and you see clearly it connects to all of this. And this is why Elon said Happy New Year in 2024 on March 26, 326. What is the most important day they show you? Right here, when the Nazra killing was September 26th and 27th, right? 326. You're in 923, 326 right here. Once again, how is it September 27th? How is it September 27th? Well, simply you go right here to our date right here, December 27th, right? 127. What is that date? We are in 924 when Kislev 24, 924. When is 924? Once again, 924. You go right here to our handy dandy 7 calendar. 924 is exactly this day, the 20th. And what day are we on the white calendar, the Hebrew calendar? 1220. You get it? 1220. 1220 is the date of the Julian date of January 2nd. And what is that day? 7/11, 9/11, 6s or 9s. So if the 19th of Kislev, look at this date, right? 11/16, right? 11/19 doesn't mean January. Hold on, let's get to this. 10/17. It was 9/17, 7/17, right? So what does Novem mean? Novem means 9. Novem means 9. This is why you see November 9 right here. That's why he said peace and safety. Biden said peace and safety on 9/27, and the IBM was launched on this date, November 20th, 21st, right? And this is why the Trump ritual was right here on this November 14th day in that black and white video, November 17th. When is November 17th? November 17th, once again, is right here, the Julian date, December 20th. December damn 20th. But why did I show you that? Because look, if you know Novem means 9, and what's Novem? Our month 11. So this date right here is 1116, 1116 or 1119. What came out on 1116? November 16th. What are the damn odds? It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. November 16th. The exact day, the exact Julian date on December 20th, 1116, right here. And why will November 5th be the most important day in history with a timestamp of 11:8? What is the date on November 5th? It is 112, November 2nd, 112. What is the damn date on January 2nd? Look for yourself, 112. And we know 11 minus 6 is 5. Jew calendars, 6 months apart. 11 minus 6 is 5. What day is January 2nd? It's May Day, May Day, May Day, right here. And on the other calendar, it's already the 2nd, right? I mean, it's already the 2nd of the Jewish month. What is going to happen on Thursday afternoon, Thursday night? Obviously, the Trump ritual, the death of Herod, right here on January 2nd. This is why you got Fifth Third Bank and BMO Harris 113 and all the McDonald's logos showing 13 is because 13 is right here. It's already going to be the 2nd on the other calendar. So they're coding everything on January 3rd, Friday afternoon, but they're not going to do it on Friday afternoon because once again, they're not going to make anything obvious like the X-Files saying Friday afternoon. So the only day they can do this is Thursday. I'm telling you, this is why I had this date, the final date I looked at. I'm like, let's look ahead. Can it be in January? I said, no, it can't be in January. The final day can be in January. Obviously, it's January 2nd because that's the day September ends. Kislev ends. This month, Kislev 9 ends right here on January 2nd, not January 1st. And it just happens to be January 2nd, just happens to be, as you see right here, the 8th day, the true 8th day of Hanukkah, right here. Because Hanukkah starts right here, right? You got, well, right here on this day, the 25th, you got 7, right here, 7, and then the 8th day of Hanukkah is right here on December 2nd. It's not on this day. It's not on this day, the 1st, it's on the 2nd, the 8th day of Hanukkah. But it's also right here, look at this date, December 5th, when the market hit 6666, December 5th, what was that date? That was 10/2. What is the date right here? Tevet 2, 10/2. This is why the market hit 6666 on December 5th, right? They're telling you to look at 10/2. 210, event 201 is right here. This is your event 201. And so when is New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve is at 3:20 p.m. on January 2nd. So once again, that's New Year's Eve, and that's why they say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, right? When's Christmas? Christmas, once again, Christmas is right here. Christmas is on September 29th. The 6s or 9s connection, September 29th. When is September 29th? Once again, September 29th, very simple, is right here, November 2nd, Terminator Judgment Day, right? We're in month Kislev on the other calendar. We were in month 7. Your 729 connection is right here. This is why November 2nd was Terminator Judgment Day and the trumpet was blowing. That is the day. What is that day? That day is 10/2. 10/2. And when is 10/2? Tevet 2. 10/2 is right here. Tevet 2. Look up Tevet. It means 10. 10/2, right? And they say April Fool's Day. Well, 10 minus 6 is 4. And this is April Fool's Day. January 2nd is the true New Year's. It's New Year's, right? April Fool's Day is right here. 10 minus 6 is 4. This is April Fool's Day. And this is why everything happened on that 26-29 connection. This is why I said January 2nd. And this is why the International Day of Judgment is 117. The date, December 20th, the International Day of Judgment, is January 17th every year. The exact date on December 20th, a Julian date of January 2nd, International Day of Judgment. Pray your flight not be in winter nor on the Sabbath. That right there is this day, December 20th, right here. And that's why Blondie shows January 2nd, the final date I showed a week ago, January 2nd, right? Post-history. That's what they're showing. And New Year's Eve fireworks. Once again, when is New Year's? New Year's is January 2nd. And this is why this man gave you 666. because I just showed you the date 10/2, 11/2, 10/2, right here. That's when September ends. December 5th. December 5th ends December 6th. This is why he said earthquakes and all kinds of chaos on this date, on 6. And what month, what day is this? This is 9/6 right here. 9/6. That's why Blondie shows you 9/6. That's why we had December 30th down. We're like, dude, December 30th. But it's not the 27th. If it's not the 27th, the 30th, as you saw, it's January 2nd. But that's why they gave you 6/5 and 6/6. And the reason they gave you all that 6/5 coding is right here. The 2nd of December, 10/2. 10/2. And that, what date is that? That is 9/5, Kislev 5. All they're doing is putting it right here. We go to 10/2 right here, 10/2. That's your 9/5 connection, 5665, December 5th. It all goes down on this on this January 2nd date. I'm telling you, this is why I had that. You got to connect to the 29. It connects to all of it, all of it. December, it connects to September 23rd, 24th, September 26th. It connects to the winter solstice. It connects to all of it, and it's 7/11, 9/11. This is the final video because the New Year's resolution is not to make any more videos. This is it. And another community post I had 100 comments, so I thought I should make a video instead of explaining all this in text right here. So once again, January 2nd after midday, after 3:20 p.m. into midnight. And we know something's going down because the fear greed index is literally 5 points away from extreme fear. Why? Because the market momentum, extreme fear. Stock price strength, extreme fear. Stock price breadth, extreme fear. The only thing that's in greed is the contrarian indicator. The options market is always wrong, right? If you look up options market, it's always a contrarian indicator because 90% of the time options expire worthless. So options market is always wrong and they're in greed. So the only thing that's in greed is right here. Even safe haven demand, the smart money who buys bonds, even they're in extreme fear. So everything, junk bond, everything is in fear and extreme fear right here. But the market is still at all-time highs because the options market, they're buying calls to keep the market up. The big money is buying calls to keep the market afloat because they just print money and buy it. So right now, we're points away from extreme fear right here. And they're showing you today is what? The 30th on that other calendar. Yesterday, they said 28. They're literally using the calendar to just make this number up and say whatever. Yesterday was actually the 27. So bottom line, that's how you get your 27 club right here. The 27 club is on this date that we had was right here on the 24th, 9/24. This is why they coded everything the nightmare before Christmas, December 27th. That's why December 27th was so hot. But it was a dud because of the fact that they're mocking and scoffing and doing all these things. So everyone's going to have a countdown saying Happy New Year. It's going to be happy for one whole entire day. And then January 2nd, bada bang, bada boom. Good night, Irene. This has to be it. I'm telling you, it's my last video if this is not it. And even if it is it, it's going to be the last video because all power is going to go down. So in summation, the tape runs out on the night of January 2nd.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of all anxiety? We too have run about the hills and gathered up flowers fine. We wandered many a weary foot since all